Oh man, it is cold. It is the holiday season. It is cold, but today we are finally back with another video. I can't go riding because, like I said, it's cold out, and I'm not one to ride in the cold. But it's also the holiday season, Christmas time. You're seeing friends and family, and if you're watching this, either you yourself or you know someone who rides e-bikes, a mini moto, a class 2, maybe something more powerful like a Sur-Ron, something in between. You know someone who rides something like that. So today what I want to do is, with the Christmas holiday season right around the corner, I want to make this video a bit of a gift guide, a gift buying guide. If you don't know what to get your e-bike friend for Christmas, but you want to give them a little something, hopefully this video will help you out. I'm going to do my best. This video isn't scripted, so I'm going to be a little bit all over the place, but I will do my best to have this video be going from a lower price range, something that's like affordable, to all the way to buying an e-bike, but with a discount as well. And of course, if you have any suggestions for yourself that I don't mention in this video, feel free to leave your e-bike gift ideas in the comments section down below. If something in this video doesn't appeal to whoever's watching this, they can go through the comments and see what else is out there. Because I'm sure words are hard. I'm sure I'm gonna be missing a few things when it comes to giving you guys ideas. So with that being said, let's start small. Now, the first product I want to showcase that's pretty much on the cheaper option. Off the top of my head, I don't have a price point, but I can't imagine this be super expensive, right? This is from Two Wheel Studios. They actually make these wooden cup holders along with what I call, and I forget if it's the official name, bungee baskets for Super 73 e-bikes. We actually have one right here in the box. We'll open up later in the video, but these are very unique. I mean, when you're riding, I'm sure if it's like summertime, you're hot, you want to have like some water or like a Gatorade or a soda or whatever it is on your bike. But if it's like a canned drink or you just want to have quick access to it, you don't want to put it in your backpack, your little cup holder on your backpack. So there is a wooden cup holder. It being wooden, personally, I'm just a fan of like wooden items like this. So I think it's really cool. It is able to attach right onto the handlebars right here with these with the strap. This one I kind of broke, but shout out to Two Wheel. They sent me a new one, so I got that one on the bike, but I'm glad I did not get rid of this one, so that way I can at least have this off the bike and show you how it looks. I'll have the price point on screen as well, so that way you have an idea of how much this is, how much you want to drop for your friend. But again, something small like this, it's perfect, right? Now, the next one is more of a cleaning product for PEVs. It doesn't matter if you have a scooter, a mini moto, an e-bike, an electric skateboard, a dirt bike, a fucking Stark Varg, I don't know, right? But everyone who has a PEV, 9 times out of 10, gets it dirty. And what better way to clean it than with charged PEV by Sur-Ron, obviously. I know with, again, it being a colder season for riding, not many people are out and about riding, so not many bikes are getting that dirty. But for those of you who live in warmer areas or just ride all year round and need something that's dedicated for PEVs to keep them clean without getting any sort of water damage in the cables, components, or whatever it is, right? Charged PEV has got you covered. I'll be honest, when this product first came out, they had like a whole lineup of cleaning products. They have the waterless wash, the tire cleaners, super sudsy soap, something along those lines. I could be wrong, don't kill me. But it's pretty much been boiled down to the ceramic waterless wash being the go-to item, because it's in the name. You don't need water to wash your bikes, to wash your boards, because water can damage it. You never know, whether it's just riding in the rain, spraying it down with the hose. Putting water on your e-bikes in one way, shape, or form does run the risk of doing some sort of damage. And so having one less thing to worry about to clean your bikes, being water, is perfect. All you do is spray this on your bike, let it sit for a second, and then wipe it down, and it does a phenomenal job. I've done multiple videos on Sur-Ron's charged PEV. Feel free to click on the channel if you guys want to get some more information on them. Again, I think at the moment they only have the ceramic waterless wash. So if you're looking for something specific like the tire cleaner, I can't promise it's on there, but I also have a discount for charged PEV as well. I'll leave that on screen. Price point for a bottle or two of this stuff on screen as well. So like I said, one of your friends' bikes to stay clean, ceramic waterless wash, charged PEV. Now, another thing, let me see if I can get this off with one hand while I talk about it, is an underglow kit. Now, personally, I don't like riding at night. I think it's a little bit sketchy, a little bit dangerous, at least in my area. I'm not against it. It's just not my, if I get stuck at night and I'm out and about and I'm riding, I'll ride, obviously, to get home. But like, if it's like 8 o'clock at night, it's dark as hell out and I want to go somewhere, I'm gonna drive just because it's safer. However, I have a kit, an underglow kit on my Razor RSF 650, the 72 volt beast of an e-bike, or I guess a mini moto, more than an e-bike, right? And while these things are small, I mean, look at the size comparison. This is my DJI mic, and this is my lighting kit. One of them, I have a whole bunch of these all around the bike to light up the bike at night. And I'll have footage as well. And again, I've also done recent videos on the lighting kit on the Razor as well. These, one of them might not get the job done, I'll be honest with you, but they do sell these in a couple of different numbers of packs, like 2, 3, and a whole kit, right? You put a couple of these on your e-bikes, these things will light up the night, right? Like before, I would feel uncomfortable just being in the streets, even if it's just a bike lane, riding my bike at night, because yeah, I'll have a built-in headlight or something, and maybe my reflector backpack by RiderBag, another good product by the way, but that can only do so much, right? But just having pretty much like a bunch of these little lights all around the bike definitely makes me feel seen a lot more than I would be without having them on. Does that make sense? They're super easy to install. They work with an app on your phone, so you can really dedicate one light to be one color, another light to be another color, or just have them all be at the same color, lighting up in different patterns, whatever you want. Pretty much the possibilities of how you want these to be lit up on your bike are endless. Honestly, one of the must-have safety accessories I would recommend on any e-bike if you're a night rider. And even if you're not a night rider and you want to look cool with your e-bike glowing, get these as well. I would recommend. Again, price point for a kit, or the price range at least, I'll have on the screen, along with a discount code as well. Okay, so again, I'm trying to do my best to kind of work up my way up the price ladder, if that makes sense. So before I get into the big and pricier things, let's go ahead and open up what Two Wheeled Studios sent us in the mail. Again, as I mentioned earlier in the video, this is what I call it, a bungee basket for your Super 73. If you're familiar with Super 73 accessories, 9 times out of 10, you've heard of in-frame storage bags or in-frame storage boxes or whatever it is, whether it's from KJ Products or Irv Labs or Blur Boundaries or anything in between, right? A storage box or storage basket, bag, whatever you got or whatever you want to go in the frame of the bike to hold your stuff. Personally, I have the old KJ Products frame bag on my Super 73 because I have a battery in there as well. So I'll be honest, with it being super cold, I don't want to be out here too long. I also can't drag the bike inside to get this done. I'm going to take this out the box, show you the bungee basket, and if I'm able to get outside for a little bit, take off the bag and put this on, I will. If I can't because it's too cold and I want to feel my fingers, I'll at least throw pictures of what this looks like on the bike as well. Springtime comes around, I'll definitely have this on. I'll be rocking it. I do want to see how this holds up compared to the other basket options like I mentioned, which I have actually. Let me unbox this first and then I'll show you some of the differences. Be careful not to cut anything because like I said, this basket is made with bungee cords as opposed to a rigider option. Rigider, is that even a word? You'll see what I mean. I got this in the mail a few days ago and I've been waiting to open it for this specific video. Oh, wait a second. Hold on now. Wait a second. This actually looks a lot better in person than it does in photos. I'm not gonna lie. So hold on a second. So like I mentioned, on my Super 73 RX right now, I have an in-frame storage bag. Bit of a hassle to take it off and then disconnect the battery cables. So I'll have images of what it looks like on screen right now, just so you have an idea of how it looks. Before I got the Flex basket, which is the actual name, now that I remember, I would have the Irv Labs basket here. I'm sure, like I said, if you're familiar with Super 73 accessories, you guys have probably seen some variation of this just floating around the internet. So that's this. This takes up majority of the frame. And when I say majority, you just have like a little pocket right here to kind of reach in, pull stuff in and out. In terms of this new one, taking a quick glance, they're gonna be the same size. I mean, hold on. Yeah, they're the same size. The Irv Labs one is a little bit taller, but to the Flex baskets, it's a little bit shorter on both sides. So if you do need to reach in to grab something, you can do so from both sides of the basket as opposed to one of the sides of the Herb Labs, kind of just having a wall that takes up the extra space in the frame. This one, you have some clearance on both sides, if that makes sense. Plus, a bit more flexibility as well. The Herb Labs basket is just one solid rigid frame, right? And I know they've made other newer variations of the basket that's like a bit more modular. I don't have one of those, so I can't really speak on experience with that basket. I'm just being honest here. So comparing this version to this one, and again, I've never seen this before in person. I've seen it in Instagram photos, so I knew what it looked like, but just in person, a lot lighter. Either it's just how, yeah, it's metallic all the way around in terms of the rigid frame. On the inside, it has some foam padding to kind of protect your belongings as well, but also bungee cords. I mean, you're not gonna be stretching this all the way to the point where it's gonna snap, but let's just say you're gonna go and get like a Chipotle bowl, because those bowls or burritos, either way, can be pretty big and hefty. You're good knowing that if you put the bowl in here or the bag with maybe a drink or two and some chips, it'll stretch out. You're not gonna be squeezing it into a rigid frame like the Herb Labs basket. Like I said, the current bag on my bike is a bit of a hassle to take on and off along with the battery. So if anything, I will have images of what this looks like on a Super 73 on screen right now, so you have an idea. And then whenever I'm able to, follow me on Instagram and I will post pictures of this on my personal bike as well. Again, price point for one of these, I know they have them for Super 73 RXs. I think maybe in the S series as well. Don't quote me on that. But price point for this specific one on screen as well. Now, for some of the more expensive items that we've got going on here. Again, I totally understand if this is like out of some people's price range or budget. It is what it is. The economy is economizing. The fuck did I say? Is that a word? You know what I mean, all right? But the first thing I would want to share that's on the pricier side of things, depending on your options of like customization, is a new seat for your e-bike. The stock seats, they aren't bad, but if you're gonna be going on group rides or long rides or commuting from work or from school or whatever it is, you're gonna be on the bike for a while, you want something that's comfortable. The suspension can do so much, right? But like your butt is on a seat for God knows how many miles, right? That is where Tapia seats come in. It doesn't matter how you want your seat, what you want on your seat, what design, what colors, whatever it is, they are my go-to whenever I need a new seat for my e-bikes. I have a Tapia seat on my P51, on my Super 73. They made me a custom seat for my Razor, and they've never done Razor seats before, so this on top of the suspension, which I need to upgrade, but that's neither here nor there. The seat itself, so damn comfortable. I'll have videos and pictures, whatever I can put on the screen of the seats on my bikes on screen so you guys have an idea of what they look like. The P51 seat, it looks just like, or the shape at least, is just like the stock seat. The stock seat is very plush, so it kind of flattens out as you ride it, as you sit on it for long periods of time. Tapia seat is one of those, it's like a mattress. It's firm at first, but as you break it in, it gets more comfortable. So it's not as firm, but it doesn't get flat like the stock seat does, right? The Super 73 seat, I mean, there's a few different variations of a stock Super 73 seat. I feel like for the RX, I've pretty much tried them all. The Tapia seats one, I asked for the Adventure series, which is like a longer seat style. I asked for that, but maybe cut it down to half size because I could not put my battery in the frame like the Adventure series bikes have them set up. And so he made me a half size adventure style seat, and that is so comfortable. It's a nice thick plush seat. And, you know, I got some cushion in my dumpy back there, so I need some extra support. Such a comfortable seat. Same thing with the Razor, same thing with the P51. You cannot go wrong with Tapia seats. Again, the price can fluctuate depending on how you want your seat, what you want on your seat, the colors, all that stuff, right? So I'm not gonna put a price point on screen. I will just leave a discount code as well if you go online or if you just DM them and talk to them about setting up a seat or getting a bike seat made. They have seats made for tons of different e-bike companies and you know, specific scooters and all that stuff. Possibilities are endless. Discount code information on screen. Now, along with Tapia seats, a newer product that I helped them kind of work on for their first batch, and they've made a couple of them as well. Similar to in-frame storage boxes, most of these have been made only for Super 73s, but Tapia seats has been working on some other storage box options for other bike brands. You can kind of see on this one right here, I helped them, I actually gave them my P51 bike for a couple of weeks so that way they could build and design an in-frame storage box for the P51. If I'm not mistaken, they have box options for the Super 73 series bikes as well. I think there's a couple for the Spark Cycleworks Bandits, even though those bikes are discontinued. But it's just so cool to see different options of storage for your e-bikes just floating around now. I love to see that. Now, 2 more items I want to talk about and share. Number 1, I can't really show because I think all of my bikes have these products on them. But number 1 is an upgraded controller from HandleWorks. At the moment, and through my experience, I have a HandleWorks controller on my P51 and my Super 73 RX. Now, let's say for Christmas, Santa treated you so well that he got you either a P51 or a Super 73 or a Zeus or a Jackrabbit or any other bikes like that, right? Let's just go with those for now, okay? Stay with me. You love it, you're riding it, but you want a little bit more power without having to go let's upgrade the motor, let's get a new battery, let's swap out the controller and then rewire the cables and do some solder. Like it could be overwhelming when it comes to upgrading an e-bike, right? That's the problem. The solution is HandleWorks. They make e-bike controller upgrade kits that are plug and play. So no soldering, no cable wiring, no fancy dancy, whatever the fuck you gotta do to cables to make them work, right? You take out the cable or the controller that's on your stock bike, you take the HandleWorks one and you just plug it in as if it's just the same original controller cables, right? They work just as well. You get a new display, you get whole new power on your bike, and it is just like, it's as if you're riding a whole new bike. I understand why e-bike companies really release their bikes with the power that they have for legality or whatever it is, right? I get that, right? But if you're like me, you want some more power, you want to upgrade, but you don't want to go through the hassle of it getting all new parts and all new powertrains. HandleWorks, I think, in my opinion, I know in my opinion actually, is a very good option to start doing so. Their controllers can handle different power levels of batteries from 48, 52, I think 60 and soon 72 volt bikes, or batteries I should say. But if you don't want to go to the higher power levels, maybe you want to stick to 48 or 52. That's all you got to do. You only have to upgrade the controller. You can use your stock battery. You can use your stock motor. Just plug and play, unplug the stock controller, plug in the new one. You're good to go, right? You get a new display on there as well, which shows a lot more information than the stock controller setup does with their displays. It's like a whole new bike. Once again, I will leave HandleWorks and all their information on screen, along with a discount code to help you guys save some money as well if you decide to go that route. But the final option, in my opinion, I have this on 2 of my e-bikes, soon to be 3, is a brand new high-powered battery. Now, for context, bit of a story time. As I was just talking about, HandleWorks upgrades your bike and you get to keep the stock battery. Now, when I was doing that, and I'm being fully transparent here, right? Not hiding nothing from you guys, open communication. They sent me a controller for my Super 73 RX. By that point, that bike had thousands of miles on it. The battery was like worn down. I was honestly surprised it was still kicking and going, right? I upgraded the controller to the HandleWorks one. It would work. And then because the controller was so powerful, but the battery was so old, I couldn't ride it. Like I would ride it for like a block or 2, draw out some power, done, kaput. Bike would shut off. It would turn back on. Who wants to ride a bike that keeps turning on and off, right? So then I reached out to my guys over at Powerful Lithium. I'm sure you guys have heard of them. I talk about them on the channel all the time. They build high-powered e-bike batteries for literally anything. Super 73, P51. They built the Razor battery. They do Suron batteries, Onyx batteries. Any sort of bike that you have, they can build a battery for. And that's what they did. I hit them up and I said, hey, I'm having this issue with my stock battery. Can you rebuild it? I don't want anything fancy. Can you just give me another 48 volt battery? I want to keep the stock shell to make it look nice. Can we do that? They did me better. They rebuilt my stock battery shell and they gave me an extra battery. So I got 2 batteries on my Super 73, 52 volt, I think it's 32 or 33 amp hours. With the new controller and the stock motor, my RX goes damn near 40 miles an hour, which is insane. Same thing for the Razor. I was talking to them about building me a Razor, and yes, there are batteries that are pre-made specifically for Razors, but because they're cool people, Powerful Lithium, they can make any, like I said, any battery for any bike, any shape, size, voltage, amperage, whatever it is. I said, I want a battery for my Razor, 72 volt. I want my smallest bike to be the one with the most power in my garage. They got it done. We're looking at 72 volts, 34 amp hour battery on this mini bike. This thing almost goes 60 miles an hour. What the hell, right? Combine a battery like that with the Electro & Co powertrain, which is who I have and what I got going on here as well. Discount for them in the description and on screen as well for Electro & Co. Pretty much your go-to for mini bike builds or razor builds. This thing is a beast, right? I hate that I didn't build it sooner. I hate that I built it right before the winter because I built it, rode it for a little bit, and then it's too cold and I can't ride. But overall, I'm in love with this thing. I'm in love with this. I'm in love with the RX, with the power. I want to do the same thing for my P51, so probably springtime, we're gonna do the same thing with this bike as well. You just can't go wrong, right? With simple upgrades like a plug-and-play controller, combine that with the battery, that's spec'd out to exactly how you want it on any bike that you want, right? For the cherry on top for this video, I'm gonna end this off with all of the discount codes that I have for any e-bike brand or any e-bike company that I work with and I can stand behind. Super73, I stand behind them. They're the OG. They're the first e-bike that I had. Don't remember if I have a discount code. If I don't, I mean, either way, they're bikes. They're like the original. You can't really go wrong with them. They look good, right? P51, without a doubt, I have a discount code for them, but it is the most comfortable e-bike that I've ever ridden, and it's because of the suspension, and then combine that with the top of your seat like I talked about. So nice. Electro & Co. I put my blood, sweat, tears into building this bike. For months I was working on it, put in a lot more money than I really should have. But look, it's one of those things I've been wanting to do, and I'm so happy that I did it, right? I have a discount for Electro & Co., a discount for the battery of powerful lithium that's on here. I will leave everything on screen in the description down below as well. And to be honest, looking around at my garage, it's a bit of a mess because we got the holidays, we got decorations all over the place. I think that is everything. We talked about small items like a cup holder, cleaning products, storage options for your e-bikes, seats, batteries, upgrade parts. I think no matter what you decide to get for yourself or your friend or a loved one who rides e-bikes, something in the realm of everything I talked about, they will love it. All right, I stand behind the products that I talk about. Can't go wrong with any of them. If you have any questions or you have any other recommendations, comment section is always open. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you found it helpful. Drop a like, happy holidays, and I hope to see you soon if it gets warmer and we go on a ride. Peace.